Hello friends, good Monday morning to you. Welcome to another Monday Motivation, where our word of the day is joy. Joy, defined as the emotion of great delight. I love that word, delight. Or happiness caused by something exceptionally good or satisfying. Now that is a very specific definition for joy. Great delight caused by something exceptionally good or satisfying. I feel like a lot of words we use very, very, very incorrectly. Joy is not a word that's used that often. I try to use it a lot, but it could be used quite incorrectly. And what I mean by that is we use it to describe things that aren't at the level. A specific word about that is hyped. I try not to use that word. A lot of people say I'm hyped. I'm hyped about this. I'm hyped about that. And I think that's a younger generation than me that uses that word. But they use it for everything, all of the time. I'm hyped that I'm about to play this game, and now I'm hyped that I'm about to eat dinner. Well, what happens if something really good happens? Like, what level of excitement is that, right? So, it's important, I think, to understand the magnitude of a word, and joy especially is a word that has great magnitude, and we want to use it appropriately so that it is representative of what we actually mean. Here's a quote from Mark Twain. I think we all know who Mark Twain is. To get the full value of joy, you must have something to divide it with. To divide it with. I like that quote. To get the full value of joy, you must have someone to divide it with. So what does that mean? When we talk about joy, the emotion of great delight or happiness caused by something exceptionally good or satisfying, and Mark Twain says to get the full value, you must have someone to divide it with, someone to share it with. Well, what that means is we can best experience joy when we do it with people that we care about, when we do it with our loved ones, with our family, with our friends, with our coworkers even, with anyone. You can have great, great joy with a group of random strangers. How? Let's say your team wins the Super Bowl and you're in the stadium and you don't know any of those people. A team winning the Super Bowl is something exceptionally good for sports fans, for an NFL fan. A lot of people haven't experienced our team winning the Super Bowl in many, 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 many years, or whatever your championship of whatever your sport is. And all of a sudden you are joyful, you're high-fiving, you're celebrating with people who you don't know and will never probably see again. That's joy. And it is so much better when you celebrate with other people. If you look a couple weeks back on the video when Victoria and I went to Baltimore, and it was rainy, and we had our attitudes up, and we kept our spirits up, and we didn't let that affect us. It was cold. And when Baltimore had a series of events that were truly unusual, that were all positive for Baltimore, but things you don't often see in a game, a safety that was caused by a penalty in the end zone, there was a fake punt, a couple other items like that. When those things happened, a fumbled punt that led to a touchdown, they were exceptionally good or satisfying to that crowd, and we were just high-fiving with everybody. Metallica was playing, Seven Nation Army was playing, and we were like the best of friends, Victoria and I, with people we had never met. And it was so much fun, but that's because it was joyful. It was full of joy. The great delight or happiness. Joy can be fleeting. It can be in the moment. It doesn't necessarily mean it is there forever. But that is joy. A significant event that happened. Now, to have the full value, we must have someone to divide it with. Victoria and I got to share that together. There's a reason that a lot of our traditions, in America at least, and I think most places, are with a family or with a group of loved ones because we want to share in those joyful times with other people. That's why loneliness is a very challenging thing for a lot of people. And if loneliness is a thing you're struggling with, please talk to somebody. There's somebody in your life that cares. Send me a message on Instagram or wherever. That's fine, because I understand. I know how hard loneliness can be. And there's a reason we want to have someone to divide joy with. Now, there's another aspect of joy. We should live ourselves full of joy, full of great delight, full of it. And that's a little different than what I've been talking about. right? Because something exceptionally good or satisfying, you say, well, Big Dub, nothing exceptionally good has happened today. It's just a Monday, it's 6:30 in the morning, nothing terribly good has happened. In fact, it's Monday and it stinks and I don't want to go to work. But you woke up and there are thousands and thousands or tens of thousands of people on earth that didn't wake up this morning, that did not. There are millions that don't have a job to go to, maybe hundreds of millions across the country, across the world, that don't have a job to go to, that don't have the things that you have. Those are exceptional things. Those are exceptional things. That's what I mean by being full of joy, full of great delight in what you have. The thing that you have is good for you. And yes, someone else's struggle may be different and more or less, but that's their struggle and that's their rewards, right? Just like it's easy to say, well, that's that person's struggle, you should also be saying, well, that's that person's delight. What I have, I am joyful. I'm full of joy and not desire what someone else has. So live joyfully in appreciation for the exceptional things that are happening all around you that we take for granted. So that's a way to live. But then look for those true joyful moments that you can share with others, like Mark Twain said. Not every moment is like that, but something exceptional, something really good that happens at work, something really good. When somebody gets a promotion or a new job in your family, celebrate with them, show joy, let it be great delight. It'll make you have a better outlook, I believe. This week, find a moment that is truly exceptional and show great delight in it. And do it with another person or another group of people. And just see how it changes your day. I hope you have a good week. Talk to you next time.